When everything you love is taken from you, what do you hold on to? The Stoics believe the answer is not found in what you've lost, but in what you can still become. Loss will come for all of us, whether it's the death of someone we love, the end of a relationship, or the collapse of a dream. But what if you could transform pain into wisdom and sorrow into strength? Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." The question is, how do we rise again after grief has broken us? Welcome to Stoic Blend, where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Today, we explore healing from loss. 10 Stoic principles to rebuild your life. Let's begin. Principle 1. Accept the reality of loss. The first Stoic teaching is radical acceptance. Seneca reminds us, "He who does not anticipate pain robs it of its power when it arrives." We cannot control death, endings, or separation, but we can control how we respond. Imagine holding water in your hand. The tighter you grip, the faster it slips away. Life is the same. By accepting that loss is part of the human condition, you free yourself from denial and resentment. Principle 2. Focus on what remains within your control. Epictetus taught, "We suffer not from events, but from our judgment about them." When tragedy strikes, our instinct is to focus on what we cannot change. But Stoicism asks, what is still within my power? You cannot bring back what has been lost, but you can control your choices today. You can choose resilience over despair. You can choose gratitude over bitterness. This is how healing from loss begins. Principle 3. Remember the impermanence of all things. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." Nothing we love was ever promised forever. A flower blooms, then fades. A season comes, then passes. The Stoics urge us not to despair, but to see loss as part of the eternal cycle. When you remember impermanence, you cherish each moment more deeply. Ask yourself, if nothing lasts forever, why not live today fully, with gratitude? Principle 4. Reframe suffering into growth. Seneca observed, "Fire tests gold, suffering tests brave men." Loss is not the end of your story, it is the furnace that reshapes you. Think of a blacksmith hammering raw metal into a sword. The blows hurt, but they create strength. Your suffering can make you more compassionate, more resilient, and more aware of life's fragile beauty. What if your greatest pain could be the soil where your future strength grows? Principle 5. Practice voluntary discomfort. The Stoics trained for loss before it arrived. Epictetus advised imagining worst-case scenarios not to make life darker, but to prepare the soul. Sleep on the floor for a night. Eat only bread and water. Imagine losing what you hold dear, not to despair, but to remind yourself, I can endure. When real loss strikes, you will not collapse, for you have already walked through imagined fire. Principle 6. Find strength in service to others. Marcus Aurelius, though Emperor of Rome, wrote, "Men exist for the sake of one another. Teach them then, or bear with them." Loss tempts us to withdraw, but healing often comes when we extend our hand to others. Helping those who suffer reminds us we are not alone. Share your story. Console a friend. Serve your community. By lifting others, you also lift yourself. Principle 7. Remember the universality of loss. No one escapes grief, not kings, not emperors, not philosophers. Marcus Aurelius buried many of his own children. Seneca lost friends in exile. Epictetus was born a slave and endured pain daily. Yet each of them found wisdom in suffering. When you realize your pain is part of the human experience, you no longer feel singled out by fate. You walk a path shared by all humanity. Principle 8. Anchor yourself. In daily reflection, the Stoics practiced daily journaling. Each night Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, not for others, but to heal his own soul. Reflection is medicine for grief. Ask yourself, what did I lose today? What did I still have? What did I learn? By putting sorrow into words, you take it out of the shadows and into the light. Healing begins when we give structure to chaos. Principle 9. Live with virtue as your North Star. Epictetus said, "You may fetter my leg, but not even Zeus himself can overpower my will." Loss can strip away possessions, relationships, even health, but virtue remains unshaken. Courage, wisdom, justice, and self-control cannot be stolen. By focusing on living virtuously, you rebuild life on a foundation that no storm can destroy. Ask yourself, am I living with honor, even in pain? Principle 10. Transform loss into legacy. The final Stoic principle is to transform your suffering into meaning. Marcus Aurelius did not waste his grief. He turned it into wisdom, preserved in meditations. Seneca's letters became guidance for generations. What if your pain could guide others? What if your scars could become lanterns for those walking through darkness? Healing from loss is not only about recovery. It is about leaving behind strength, wisdom, and courage for those who come after. So let's reflect. Walk 1. Accept reality. 2. Control what you can. 3. Embrace impermanence. 4. Reframe suffering. 5. Train for hardship. 6. Serve others. 7. See the universality of grief. 8. Reflect daily. 9. Live by virtue. 10. Turn pain into legacy. Loss is inevitable, but despair is optional. Through Stoicism, we learn that pain can be our teacher, not our destroyer. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to Stoic Blend for more timeless wisdom. Together, let us rebuild not just our lives, but our souls.